The only time a president or a head of the executive has been found to have breached the constitution in this way was all the way to Buzia in the Apollo 361 or 367 case, where certain officers have been sent to. So this is significant for our democracy generally. And I think that, as Justice Dute said in open court yesterday, we have been unanimous today for a good cause. And I agree that this is what we've been expecting of the Supreme Court for a while, and I'm happy that these decisions have finally come out, even if some believe that delay defeats justice or defeats substance. I think that whatever the case may be, we are still building a democracy, and they provide a pathway forward for how we can hold presidents to account in the abuse of power and disregard for the Constitution.
What effect would this have on our democracy, the sanctity of institutions that have independence going forward?
Well, I think that one of the things that it does, and particularly if the court is vigilant to treat these cases with expedition, is that any time a president acts in this manner, you can quickly go to court and get the court to shut it down. But if they have to wait for 3 years before they finally come in circumstances when it becomes moot, then I don't think that we have added much to the practice of strengthening our democracy. In terms of the substance of the law, we have clarified what was always the legal position, that the president should have no business interfering with the constitutional bodies. We are already seeing the same thing happen when, there's a memo which has leaked about the president asking for CVs of persons at the Electoral Commission. We've seen a president who is continuously carrying himself in a way that he has very little regard for the independence of these independent constitutional bodies. We are hoping that this decision stops him in his tracks. But one of the most important things about the democracy is that once the Supreme Court has spoken in this manner, it is supposed to energize all of us within the civil society space, ordinary citizens, to proceed forth now and be much more vocal and louder in their critique of abuse and in calling the president to power. In other democracy, by finding that the president has abused or violated the Constitution in this manner, would tantamount to him resigning and stepping aside. I hope that we gain that political and constitutional or democratic maturity in times to come, where that demand and folks like us making that demand of this president would not seem bizarre, as some people seem to treat it. But I think that the best way forward, now that we have this decision, is that it should embolden us in our demands in pushing back against the entrenchment of abuse, as we have seen over the years. And that hopefully going forward, that is the attitude we will adopt towards individuals like him, who, despite creating institutions that are supposed to be the guarantee of our democracy, continue to infiltrate and find all ways of weakening those constitutional guarantees of our democracy.
There are concerns